Right now you're looking at our homepage. So if you wanted to get registered, you can just go up here to the right-hand corner and hit Become a Supplier. So you want to fill out this simple form and hit Complete Registration. What that will do is take you to your shop profile. So this is where you can kind of go in and edit all the information that pertains to your shop and the capabilities that you have. So kind of start at the top here. You'll have your basic information, shop name, about your shop, some details like the address. There's some opportunities for branding in here. This is where you're going to put your logo. And then also you can showcase any of the pictures that you want to have on here as well. One of the important features on here is going to be the categories. So you'll be able to kind of go in here and take a look at the categories that we offer and make sure that you're into a category that you think represents your business well. For each category, you'll be able to type a short description and also choose the capabilities that align with the category that you selected. To kind of show a little example here, if I go in and I'll just select the first category that's listed, you can type into the description like I said earlier, and then we've pre-populated the capabilities that align with that category to make it a little bit easier. So you'll just go through and select the ones that apply. You want to make sure that you use really clear and concise messaging when you're talking about your shop or any descriptions, just so it's easy to understand, as well as having any photos, because photos are always just a good visual aid for people to understand what you do and what it looks like. I think also when going in and typing out about your shop information, everything in here is searchable. So if you want any keywords that you think are really important or that people will search for, definitely include those. And then I think lastly, we've talked a little bit about categories. So I think in terms of categories, if you're not seeing something that you think is a good fit or would better align with your business, just reach out to us and we can talk about getting it added. If it's not going to be in the near future, we'll just make sure we can get it on our roadmap. Once you fill out all this information, you'll just want to make sure that you toggle this over so that your profile is then public. Once that's done, basically that means your profile is live. So this is kind of a really important feature for the end of finishing out this process.
As a user of Xometry, you can act as both a customer in this transaction and a supplier. So we're going to walk through both. So let's start on the customer side. And so on the customer side, you guys have already seen how profiles work. Well, that's really where the beginning of that journey starts for us. I'm going to look for a specific finisher here for this demo. This start a quote button is really how customers get into that proposal experience. And so this form, they'll be able to come in and fill out a proposal with what they need, with their requirements. They can upload files, they can create different types of line items, because we're going to need to support a lot of different types of categories in our marketplace. And they'll be able to provide information like, their lead times, and then also, where to ship this to. So this quote, once submitted, will get sent to the supplier, and they'll get an email notification that they've got a new request for quote. Important things to call out, this line item functionality is designed to support a lot of different types of line items. So whether you are a custom parts manufacturer, or whether you are a finisher, we want to create the kinds of different types of line items to support your specific type of service. Then on the seller side, so let's say that you've received a request. What you'll be able to do, we have this proposals index page, so you'll be able to come in and look at all of your proposals. And since you can function as both, we have different tabs. So these are proposals that you've received as a seller, and these are proposals that you've sent as a customer. So we're going to open up one of these, let's say this one here, that's awaiting a quote. There we go. So we've picked a proposal here with some information in it, and then you can come into the line items and actually start quoting them out. And so, you'll do your thing. Everybody has their own way of pricing. You'll be able to add that in, and if everything looks good, you'll be able to submit a quote. Quotes have expiration dates on them. And so if by default, every quote is valid for 30 days, but you have other options available to you. If you think that your material prices are going to fluctuate really rapidly, you can move those up, or let's say that you feel pretty confident about this price for a while, you can push it out to about 90 days. After those 30 days, the quote will be sort of canceled, which means that they won't be able to check out with it. So we're going to submit this quote to the customer. So we have a proposal here now that's ready to order. So you're a customer looking at this, you can look at the line items and see the subtotal for this, and then you can continue to check out. And so this takes you to the checkout experience where you'll be able to pay for this order. And then we offer different payment options to the customer. Now it's important to note that regardless of what payment option that the customer chooses, your payout timing is always the same. It's always net 30. And so that means that if they decide to pay upfront or they decide to pay on terms, your payment methods will always be available to you in the same way. So you'll get the advance card, you'll get 30% on the advance once they complete checkout. Once you complete the order, you'll be able to use FastPay to accelerate your payout and things like that. Something else to note, since if you are a supplier acting as a customer in our marketplace, so if you're taking a job from the job board and you need to work with a finisher, and you have funds that have been advanced to you because you've accepted a job, those will be available to you as a payment method in the marketplace. And now that this has been ordered, as a supplier, you'll get a notification that the quote that you sent has been ordered. And then, you get to work, you complete the service. And then once as a supplier, you're done and you need to let the customer know that you've completed the order. Typically when you've shipped it out, you'll be able to go back into the proposal and mark it as fulfilled. And so by marking this order as fulfilled, you have an opportunity to add additional shipping details to this. So in case you want to pass by a tracking number to your customer, you can do that here. But clicking that mark as fulfilled button schedules the payout. And that's where you can go into Shop Finances and see that payout in place. So we'll do that now. We'll head over to your Shop Finances page, which you should be pretty familiar with at this point. And you'll see that you have that marketplace order that you had just completed. And that gives you immediate access to things like FastPay.